Aaron Bradshaw is a University of Memphis Tiger, former McDonald's All-American 5-star prospect, is going to play for Penny Hardaway in the AAC next season. We talked about him after he had visited campus, and I just sort of explained to you, like, this is somebody who projected as a one-and-done player coming out of high school. That obviously didn't work out. Still thought he could be a first-round pick after a second year of college, after transferring from Kentucky to Ohio State. You know, every year on the night of the NBA draft, I am asked to at least put together a lottery in advance of the next NBA draft. So on the night of the 2024 draft, they've got me doing a mock lottery, and it's like a year from now, it'll be Cooper Flagg and Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. It's pretty easy to hit at the top. Like the guys who are VJ Edgecombe, you know, the guys who are at the top of this draft were identified years ago to be at the top of this draft. So that's not hard. But if I'm being honest, by the time you get to about 10 or 11, and all of the good players from the season that just ended are at a college, it becomes very difficult to try to find. These players will emerge, but a lot of them are going to be international prospects.
I
and,
gotcha.
And there'll be college guys that it's harder to see it coming. My point is, it's very easy to start at number one with Cooper Flagg and then go Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey and VJ Edgecombe and all that. Eventually, you start running out of players. And I had Aaron Bradshaw in the lottery as a sophomore coming out of Ohio State a year ago on the night of the 2024 NBA draft. And the reason was because there is a history of 5-star prospects who struggle in year one. If they return to school, they can have a breakthrough season. It didn't happen for him, but that was sort of the mindset. He's got the physical tools. He's a 7'1" athlete. He can rim protect. He can stretch the floor. Has never shot a great percentage from three, but that is considered a skill that he possesses. You at least have to guard him out to the three-point line. And he'll be a rare stretch five for Penny Hardaway since Penny has taken over at his alma mater. So all the talent stuff is in place. Again, not just others thought this guy was a lock to be in the NBA someday. It just hasn't materialized. In part, I think his freshman season, he was injured in the preseason. He missed a lot of preseason stuff at Kentucky, and then it was just hard for him to catch up. He had some moments, but he never really caught up. Transfers to Ohio State, and then there was a domestic incident of some sort that did sidelight him in the middle of this past season. No charges. Ohio State felt comfortable enough with it, whatever the results of that investigation were, to allow him to rejoin the team. So I don't think it makes any sense for me or anybody else to stand up and be like, what is Memphis doing?
Yeah.
Ohio State was allowing him to play. If the Ohio State University, after an investigation, felt comfortable allowing Aaron Bradshaw to continue to play for them, I don't know why we'd be, boycotting things in Memphis, Tennessee. It is what it is. But there was a domestic incident that did sideline him, and I can't imagine that's good for your college or professional aspirations. Either way, maybe the third time's the charm. So he goes from Kentucky to Ohio State, and now he'll be the University of Memphis. I don't know if he'll be a great player, but he is an undeniable talent. And you ready for this? I feel comfortable saying this right now without even knowing how the rest of this stuff's going to unfold. He might not be the best player in the AAC next season. He will be the most talented player in the AAC. There will be nobody else who looks like him, moves like him. He will stand at, when you are watching Memphis against UTSA or Memphis against Charlotte, you will notice there's one guy out there that looks different than everybody else, and it will be Aaron Bradshaw.
It kind of does remind me just a little. I know they're different players, but it does remind me a little bit of the Dane Dangerous situation in the sense that, maybe he wasn't good. Maybe he's not good enough to dominate the Big Ten on a night-to-night basis, but probably could dominate the AAC on a night-to-night basis.
He should
easily. Yeah.
The issues with him, like if you ask, you can find whatever quote you want. You just ask the right questions to the right people. But broadly speaking, if you ask folks who have been around Aaron Bradshaw, so what's the issue? They will point to an injury that limited him at Kentucky. They will point to the incident at Ohio State that sidelined him for a while. They will mostly talk about right here. It's just up here. Like, how badly do you want? You want to be a basketball player or not? You want to be awesome or not? You can be good, just just doing what you're doing. But do you want to be great? What you hope with a young man like this is that you start to look up and go, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, because when you are a prospect like this, by the time you're 15, 16 years old, people are telling you you're on your way to the NBA. Mm-hmm. People are already calling you a one and done. Yep. You look at where you're ranked in your high school class, and then you just compare it to where other people are ranked in high school classes previously.
Yep.
And all the evidence suggests you are on the path to the NBA. And then John Calipari wants you. He says, come to Kentucky. Well, my God, when John Calipari brings you to Kentucky, you know what that usually means? You are headed to the NBA.
Right.
That's usually what that means. John Calipari signed you as a 5-star prospect. You are probably going to the NBA. So when you sign with Kentucky, you think you're on your way to the NBA after 1 year. When you're at Kentucky, you think, and then it doesn't happen. You're not very good. All right, well, I was just banged up, lost my whole preseason, and Cal didn't know how to use me. Whatever. I'll go to Ohio State, get a fresh start. All right, well, you were better, but not really much better. Mm-hmm. You went from playing 14 minutes a game to playing 17 minutes a game. You went from averaging 5 points a game to 6 points a game. You went from averaging 3 rebounds a game to 3 rebounds a game. You were slightly better statistically, but still not good. Still not even what anybody would call a good college basketball player. What you hope for somebody like this, and I'm not promising you it, it's just what you hope, is that you have this moment where you look up and you go, my God, when I was 15, 16, 17, everybody in the world wanted me. Then John Calipari wanted me. Then Ohio State wanted me. And now I'm going to the AAC. I'm supposed to be in the NBA, and I'm going to the AAC. Man, if I don't do something, this ain't going to happen for me. I'm going to be a 7'1" G leaguer.
Yep.
I'm going to be a 7'1" playing in New Zealand. Like, this ain't, you have all the physical tools to be great. Now go be great. Because if you're not, I'll come see you at the Landers Center.
I will say, we talk a lot about, and rightfully so, like Penny Hardaway, one of the great guards ever, and the job that he does with guards. Dude, he's done a pretty great job with bigs that have come through the program in his tenure. And I know some of those guys just talent alone, right? Like Jalen Duren and Precious Achua. But I mean,
Day was good, better than most anticipated.
For sure, DeAndre Williams. Sure. I mean, Musa, his first and second run. I mean, Malcolm Dandridge had good games. Yeah. He's had a really good track record with bigs. So I do feel confident about him being able to, get through to this guy and get the best out of him.
John Calipari couldn't. Jake Diebler couldn't. Perhaps Penny Hardaway can. Mm-hmm. But that's the key. The physical stuff is all there. You bring this guy into the practice facility, it ain't hard to see. He can do things at his size that normal people can't do. But at some point, you go from being a good prospect to are you a player or are you a prospect? Because eventually, if you don't become a great player, you cease to be a prospect. It's got to happen at some point. Mm-hmm. Breakthrough seasons sometimes do come in year 3. Sometimes do come at a third different school. For him, let's hope it happens. Aaron Bradshaw has committed to the Tigers.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m.